Good morning children. Welcome back to online class today. Children, you all have the idea about our environment, isn't it ma? What about our environment? Environment is nothing but surrounding. Okay. Thus, our environment consists of biotic and abiotic components, you know, isn't it ma? What do you mean by biotic component? Living components. Abiotic means non-living components. What are the biotic components found in the environment? Plants and animals, isn't it mom? What are the abiotic components found in the environment? Solar energy, water, then temperature, wind, etc. All these are abiotic components. All biotic components depend on abiotic components. What are the biotic components found in our environment? Plants and animals. These are living, so they are biotic components, isn't it mom? So today we are going to learn about environmental management. Okay, so environmental management, we have to protect our environment, isn't it mom? Environmental management, it deals with the different aspects of our environment. That means its structure, function, quality and maintenance, and the conservation or the protection of living and non-living components, or protection of biotic and abiotic components. So all the natural resources found on earth provide all the necessities for the survival of all living things. Okay, everything comes from nature. So you all know that our environment consists of renewable and non-renewable resources, isn't it ma? This resources that will always exist, that is renewable resources. We can get these resources again and again. So this wind, for example, wind, groundwater, solar power, these resources are renewable resources. These resources that always exist, isn't it mom? So they can maintain themselves by natural recycling. So these resources are this renewable resources. So resources found in nature or resources found in an environment consist of two, that is non-renewable resources and renewable resources. Renewable resources in the sense the resources are such as wind, solar power, groundwater, crops, forests. All these resources, they can maintain themselves by all these resources are always exist. Okay, so we used to say this what is it? Renewable resources. Okay mom, so they can maintain themselves by natural recycling. The non-renewable resources, for example, mineral ores, coal, petroleum, these are non-renewable resources. If we use continuously these resources for a long time, it may go for depletion, isn't it? Excessive use of these mineral ores, coal, petroleum, these are non-renewable resources. These now, if we use rapid use of these resources, may go for depletion. So this would lead to a situation where non-renewable resources may come to an end after a certain period of time. So these resources are called non-renewable resources. For example, mineral ores, coal, petroleum. So resources found in nature are broadly categorized into two, non-renewable and renewable resources. This renewable resources we can get again and again. So but non-renewable resources, if you use rapid use of non-renewable resources, may go for depletion. For example, mineral ores, coal, petroleum, these are non-renewable resources. If rapid use may lead to a situation where it may after a certain period it may come to an end, isn't it? So this continuous use of or continuous increase of population caused an increased demand of these resources. Every day population is going on increasing, so our demand is more. Isn't it ma? So if you use continuously or rapid or excessive use of non-renewable resources, go for depletion. So we have to conserve all these resources. So So this conservation and judicious use of these resources. Natural resources are conserved for their biological, economical values. Okay, ma? So all these resources have to be conserved for their biological, economical values. So the use of natural resources in excess or unplanned way of using these natural resources leads to imbalance in the environment. So we have to use these resources in a correct manner. So proper utilization and management of nature and its resources is termed as conservation. Okay, what do you mean by conservation? Is proper utilization and management of nature and its resources is termed as what? Conservation. We have to build a sustainable world. We have to create a sustainable world. Some of the ways to create, or some of the ways to sustain, or some of the ways to build a sustainable world is we have to minimize, or we have to avoid the wastage of water. Okay, we have to avoid wastage of water. That is the first thing. If we have to create a sustainable world, some of the ways to sustain continuous use of resources or practices to utilize energy. One is avoid wastage of water. Okay. Then second one is avoid usage of plastics or minimize the usage of plastics and other non-biodegradable materials. What are called non-biodegradable materials? Materials which cannot be degraded by microbes which are present in the soil. That are non-biodegradable material, isn't it, ma? So some of the ways to create the sustainable world is, first is avoid wastage of water. We should not waste water. Okay, so avoid wastage of water. Second thing is avoid usage of plastics and other non-biodegradable material. And these two are very important. Okay, we have to conserve forest, protection and maintenance, isn't it? We have to protect and maintain the forest and its resources. Next, about the forest and its importance. Forests are very, very important, isn't it, mom? So it's an important component of our environment. You all know that our environment consists of two important components, namely biotic and abiotic components. So suppose if you take a forest ecosystem, in that ecosystem two important components will be there, biotic and abiotic components. So what do you mean by biotic? Living components. Abiotic, non-living components. Biotic components found in forest, plants and animals, isn't it, ma? Then abiotic components found in forest, wind, temperature, solar energy, water. These are the abiotic components found in forest. So all these two biotic components totally depend on the abiotic components, isn't it, ma? So the forest and its important. Forest is an important component of our environment and it is dominated by microorganisms, then flowering plants, shrubs, trees, climbers, etc. Isn't it, ma? These trees, climbers, shrubs provide a habitat for wild animals. Yes, what do you mean by habitat? The living place. Okay, ma? So the importance of forest, first thing is forests provide the important habitat for wild animals because it is dominated by forest, is full of microorganisms, flowering plants, trees, shrubs, etc. Climbers, etc. All these provide the habitat for wild animal. You know what is meant by habitat, isn't it? That's a living place. Forests are important for human life. It is a source for a wide range of renewable natural resources. You know what is renewable resources, isn't it? So material can access for a for long period of time. That is renewable resource. We can get it again and again. Okay, it is a source of wide range of renewable natural resources. Then forests provide wood, food, fodder. Fodder means animal food, isn't it? Fiber and medicine. So what is the first thing? It provides a habitat for variety of wild animals. Second thing is it is a source for wide range of renewable natural resources. Third thing is they provide wood, food, fodder, fiber and medicine. Most of the medicinal plants are obtained from the forest, isn't it? Next, it acts as a carbon sink and it regulates climatic conditions. It increases the rainfall and reduces global warming. Global warming in the sense increasing in earth temperature, isn't it? Because of the variety of flora. What do you mean by flora? Plants, is it? So all these, because of the variety of flora, it can regulate the climatic conditions. So it acts as a carbon sink. It regulates climatic conditions, increases rainfall and reduces global warming. Then forest is full of trees. It can prevent natural hazards or natural disasters, isn't it, ma'am? Such as flood, landslides, etc. Because the roots of trees held the soil particles tightly. It can prevent soil erosion, landslides, and it can prevent flood also, okay, because it is full of forest, isn't it, ma'am? So then they play a vital role in maintaining the ecological balance. These are the importance of forests. So what is the first important? Forests provide a habitat for a variety of wild animals. Second is it's a source for a wild. It acts as a source for wide range of renewable resources. Then they provide wood, food, fodder, fiber and medicine. Then they access a carbon sink and regulate climatic condition. Increases, because of trees we are getting more rainfall, okay, because if there is no trees there will be no rainfall. So if plants are more, we can get more rainfall, okay. So it increases rainfall. Forest helps to increases the rainfall and reduces global warming. Because of fresh air, it reduces the temperature, okay, reduces global warming, prevents natural hazards like flood and landslides. Then also they maintain this important role in maintaining ecological balance. These are the importance of forest, okay. So because of certain human activities, this forest is now being destroyed, isn't it, ma'am? Effects of deforestation. What do you mean by deforestation? Cutting down of trees, isn't it, or removal of trees, that is deforestation. Effects of deforestation, or this forests have been cleared by man for intensive agriculture, building houses, factories, construction of dams. For these purpose or urbanization, because of these reasons, forests have been cleared by man. So it may go for certain ill effects, isn't it, ma'am? Effects of deforestation. You all know that what is deforestation? That is, D means removal, isn't it, ma'am? Deforestation. D means removal or cutting down of trees. Okay, that is deforestation. It may lead to certain ecological problems like flood, drought in the sense this very heat or very hot, isn't it? Drought, soil erosion, loss of wildlife, then extinction of species and imbalance of geochemical cycle. This is alternation of climatic conditions and desertification. What do you mean by desertification? In desert there will be no plants, isn't it? So because of deforestation, certain ill effects are happen in the air. That is, this deforestation leads to ecological problems like flood. If there is no trees in an area, if there is rainfall, there is a possibility of happening flood, isn't it, ma? Then drought, soil erosion. If there is no trees, the top soil may lose and it is easily blown away by wind. If plants are there, if these plants held the soil particles, the roots of plants held the soil particles tightly, there will be no soil erosion. If there is no plant, or if there is a barren land, the top soil is blown away by wind. That is soil erosion. Okay, so topsoil, the erosion of topsoil is due to this deforestation, isn't it, ma'am? So the deforestation leads to the economical problems like ecological problems like flood, drought, soil erosion, and loss of wildlife. This extinction of species. Certain species may go for extinct. Okay. Then imbalance of bio-geochemical cycle, alteration of climatic conditions, and desertification. So what's the duty? We have to conserve this forest and wildlife, isn't it, mom? So India has an area of 752.3 this lakh hectare reserved forest and to 15.1 hectare lakh protected forest. These area have to be protected, so we can conserve the wildlife. Okay, we can conserve wild plants and animals. So India has an area of about 752.3 lakh hectare reserved forest and 215.1 this lakh protected forests. So these forests have been, if these forests have been protected, this wildlife can be conserved. Okay, so important measures. So certain important measures are taken to protect the forest. First one is afforestation. What is it, ma? Afforestation. Afforestation in the sense cultivation of more trees, and isn't it? So that is afforestation, cultivation of more trees. The second is social forestry program. Okay, social forestry program. Social forestry program. Third is through certain laws. By this, the forests have been conserved. Important measures taken to conserve forest. First is afforestation. Second is social forestry program. Third is adopting certain laws, or through some laws forests have been protected. Okay, important measures taken to protect forests. First is afforestation. What do you mean by afforestation? This cultivation of more trees, that is afforestation. This World Van Mahotsav is World Van Mahotsav. It's a tree planting festival. That is tree planting festival. Okay, started by the government. This afforestation aims to cultivate more trees. World Van Mahotsav, it's a tree planting program. So by this, it's an important measure taken by the government to protect the trees. Okay, afforestation, that is the cultivation of more trees. Second is the social forestry program, the large scale production of firewood, fodder and timber for the benefit of rural people. That is social forestry program. Okay, it was started to protect this social forestry program was started to protect the wildlife or to protect the trees and plants as well as the animals. Okay, this social forestry program aims to produce large scale its aim is to produce large scale production of firewood, timber, fodder and other wildlife for the benefit of rural people. Then third one is through certain stringent laws or adapting certain laws, the natural forests have been or the natural resources have been protected through certain laws. Okay, so these are the ways to conserve the forest. Okay, mom, what are the ways? Afforestation, for social forestry program through certain laws. So through certain laws, the natural forest, that is National Forest Policy or Forest Conservation Act, these two laws are established by the government to protect the wildlife or to protect the forest. So our duty is to conserve forest. Okay, so what do you mean by afforestation? Cultivation of trees. Important measures to take and protect the forest are: first one is afforestation, second one is social forestry, third one is through certain laws. Okay, so children, I hope you all have the idea about afforestation, deforestation, ill effects of deforestation and the importance of forest, isn't it, mom? Okay, children, now you all turn to page 326. You all turn page 326. So, mark the question, fill in the blanks answer. First one, Roman number 1, fill in the blanks. First one, deforestation leads to dash in rainfall. Dash in rainfall. First one, decreases in rainfall. Second one is removal of soil particles from the land is called a dash. Removal of soil particle from the land is called as soil erosion. Okay, soil erosion. Then number 3, this one of the movement was started is to protect the forest, that is Chipko movement. Turn page 316. See more to know box. The Chipko movement. It was a non-violent act. It was started to protect the forest. Okay, that is Chipko movement. Chipko movement. Right? Chipko movement is initiated against afforestation or deforestation? Deforestation. Okay, deforestation. Chipko movement was initiated against deforestation. Next, mom, turn page 327. Short answer, fourth question. What are the consequences of deforestation? Roman number 6.4. It's there in page 316. Answer is there in page 316. Effects of deforestation. That whole paragraph you mark it. Effects of deforestation. Deforestation gives rise to ecological problems like flood, drought, soil erosion, loss of wildlife, extinction of species, imbalance of biogeochemical cycle, alternation of climatic conditions and desertification. Okay, desertification. Roman number 6.4. Okay, ma, Roman number 6.4. Then Roman number 5.1 also the same. Roman number 5.1. What will happen if trees are cut down? Okay, what will happen if trees are cut down? What will happen? It may lead to certain problems like flood, drought, soil erosion. The same paragraph. Okay. Roman number 5.1 as well as Roman number 6.4, the same answer. Okay, mom. Next question, the long answer, Roman number 7, fourth question. Enumerate the importance of forest. Answer is there in page 316. Turn page 316. Forests and its importance. The heading is there, isn't it? You have to mark the first two paragraphs. Okay. Forests are important component of our environment, dominated by microorganisms, flowering plants, shrubs, climbers, trees, and provide vast habitat for wild animals. Forests also contribute the economic development of our country, isn't it? Then forests are vital for human life. It's a source for wide range of renewable natural resources. They provide wood, food, fodder, fiber and medicine. Forests are major factor of environmental concern. They access carbon sink, regulate climatic condition, increases rainfall, reduces global warming, protect wildlife, and access catchments for water conservation. They also play a vital role in maintaining ecological balance. These two paragraphs you mark it. Okay, children, you have to learn and write. These are the answers. Fill in the blanks 1 to 3. Then short answer Roman number 6, 4. Then answer in essence Roman number 5, 1. Roman number 5, 1, 6, 4. Roman number 6, fourth question. Roman number 7, long answer, fourth question. You are learning and writing in your notebook. Okay. Thank you, children. We shall meet again in the next class.